All right, we got Phyllis Bickford here.
How long have you lived here?
Since 1960.
What brought you and your family to Delmar?
Well, we migrated actually from Anamosa, and I have 6 children now, and we needed a home, and Delmar was a small community which we liked very well to raise a family, so we bought a house here in Delmar and started raising our family.
What was life like in Delmar when you were growing up?
Okay, I wasn't here when I was growing up, but when I got here, I found the railroad was still here, and the house that we had bought, when the railroad, train would go through, it would just shake our windows, and it was interesting because of the trains there.
What are your favorite memories from growing up?
Well, I like to go to the creeks, and we did some swimming, and my father at that time worked on the railroad, and he found out that we was swimming in this creek, and he was quite disgusted with us because he said there was a slaughterhouse right above where the creek water was flowing, and so we kind of got some punishment for that. But in a few weeks we was back doing it again.
What is special about Delmar to you?
The people here, they're all so friendly. Everybody knows everybody, and I think if we have a problem, everybody would be there to assist you. So it has been a nice community, and we've never had to worry about locking our doors. But now with the change of times, we all lock our doors, I'm sure.
Yeah, my grandma does that when my dad's not home.
Mm-hmm.
How has Delmar changed over time?
Well, we've lost a lot of our people that's been here for years. It seems like every year we're losing more people, and new people are moving in, and I see people now that I don't even know who they are. And with my children out of school, it's hard to keep in contact with new people that's coming in with families. We've lost a lot of our stores that we had at one time, and it's sad to see our downtown, with no activity whatsoever.
Yeah, I seen Bam Bams. That used to be a bar and they closed down.
Well, at one time we had 4 or 5 bars, so, and a couple restaurants years ago, and that has changed with nothing.
I only remember Bam Bam.
Uh-huh.
What were the downtown buildings like before they were empty?
They were pretty well kept up as far as the people that owned them. The business, we had a grocery store, which was always nice for Delmar, and it changed hands a couple times since I was here, and the bank was downtown. We had the bank on the corner, and at one time we had a poultry farm that was right on the edge of town. It's just changed so much through the years that it's hard to comprehend sometimes that now we have nothing.
What memories do you have about Delmar?
Raising my children and them going to school here and all the activities that we're in. I really enjoyed that. That kept us in contact with the people that lived here. So we pretty much knew everyone at that time.
Can you tell me about the time when Delmar was like introduced to you?
Well, I think it's when we first bought our house here. I knew nothing about Delmar at that time. And when we bought our house, and then people were quick to make acquaintances with us and made us feel comfortable here in town.
Please share a memory or story that explains or captures what Delmar is to you.
Well, it's just the camaraderie that everyone has in their families, with their families, and the children all knowing each other, and it's almost like they're your family too, the people that live here.
What makes you stay in Delmar?
I like a small town, and this is where we raised our kids. Of course, my children are all out of Delmar, but I am a widow now, and I still am comfortable staying here. And it's just that you've put in roots here in Delmar, and it's hard to make a move.
What makes Delmar feel like home?
The people. Like, I always go back to the people. It's always the people, and friends that you have and you're able to go around with to lunches or dinners or whatever, or to a show. And everybody seemed to be concerned about everyone here.
If you could leave Delmar, would you?
No. Actually, I had my kids wanted to move me to Maquoketa just a few weeks ago because I had a back injury and I couldn't do my steps. I have a 2-story home, and we looked at a house, and it was really a nice 1-level, cute house. And I got home, looked at my house here in Delmar, and I thought, no. And thinking of the people that I know here, I just said, let's just forget it. So I'm a Delmar person.
If you close your eyes and think of Delmar, what comes to your mind?
Well, I lost my husband 17 years ago, and we used to own the Conoco Station here in Delmar, which was right across the street where Casey's is, actually. We owned that, and I can remember going over and helping him pump gas and take care of the little grocery part of it that we had. And those are fun memories.
What kind of work did you do? What is or was your favorite job that you've held in Delmar?
I didn't hold any job in Delmar. I worked actually in DeWitt. I was working at Iowa Mutual Insurance Company as an underwriting supervisor for 25 years. Otherwise, my occupation was raising my children.
Can you tell me about the street you live on?
Well, I live right on 136, actually. And it's a busy street, but after living there for so many years, I don't even hear the noises. The cars go by, I've just been able to space them out and don't even know that they're going by.
So most likely you got used to it.
Yeah, we did through the years. And we have hedges around our house, so I always felt safe with the children out in the yard at that time playing, because they never went out towards the street or anything, and of course I wouldn't let them cross the highway anyway.
Can you tell me about the history of Delmar?
Well, I know it was a big railroad town when the railroads come through, and there's not really all that much. I did some research on Delmar and how they got their name, that there was some ladies that was on the train, and they took these 6 ladies and took their initials and spelled out Delmar, and that's how we got our name. And I thought that was quite interesting.
Is Delmar the kind of place where people have friends and know their neighbor? Why or why not?
Yes, everybody seems to know their neighbors, and they do neighbor with each other too, which a lot of your cities you don't find that, and that's what makes it nice to be in Delmar, in a small town.
Did you walk to school as a kid? What are your favorite memories of Delwood School?
Well, I wasn't here when I was a child, but where I did live, I did walk to school. We never was taken to school, and it was probably 1.5 miles. I walked it every day, no matter what the weather was. We walked to school, and I'm sure all the children here in Delmar did too.
I walked like in a gang.
It's a short distance.
Like rainy days, like my dad would drive me when he was going to work. He would stop at
Mhm.
the Delwood School and we had to skirt. How important is the school to Delmar?
What's that question again?
How important is the school in Delmar?
Oh, I think it's very important to have the school here. We have an excellent school, and plus we've got a perfect rating, or award, because we do have one of the best elementary schools in Delmar, and I think that was a plus.
What do you wish people knew about Delmar?
That's just a nice community. We have 2 churches here, and we feel safe in our little community.
What would you tell someone thinking about moving to Delmar?
That would be an excellent place to move. If you have children, we have our grade school here, and we have churches available, and with Casey's too, that gives them access to basic items if they need some groceries or something.
What is the center of the community in Delmar?
The school, I would say.
Why do we still have the jailhouse? Why was it shut down? Will a new one be built?
We'll probably never have a jail here, but it's part of history, and that's why we still have it standing, and it's kept up to date in repair. And why it was closed, I don't know for sure, but I suppose with the communities growing, there was no need for such a small jail. They needed a bigger one in a more popular place.
I'm seeing the jailhouse almost every day because I live in Croydon. What is the most important thing the mayor should do?
Most important thing? I'll probably keep track of who moves in and out, so we know what kind of residents we're going to have here in Delmar, mostly to protect our children that's here. And she keeps the community up to date on everything and is quick to assist anybody that needs help. I think she does a good job with budgeting and all that.
What do you want Delmar to be like and look like in the future? What would you like to see in Delmar in the future?
Well, I'd like to see our downtown be revised and maybe have a small grocery store or our little restaurant for people just to go and have coffee and a sandwich or something. I think that would be a nice asset to Delmar if we did have those things.
What was your favorite restaurant in Delmar?
I can't think of the people's name that owned it. There was one that was very popular and people come from all the surrounding towns to eat there, but I really can't remember the name of it.